back to another episode of You Reaching or Teaching. I am your host, Dirk.
And I am your boy, Aaron.
And this is episode 8, season 1. How we feeling today?
Got my taxes done.
Yes. I'm glad you said that because I've been BSing. I need to go ahead and file mine, get that out the way.
Yeah.
So I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah.
I probably won't get nothing back anyway, so.
Man, I'm getting $72 back. Better than owing.
I'm about to say, shit, you can tell them to keep that for next year.
Add it on to next year. But they still owe me $2,000 from my 2021 year.
Damn. You better get that.
I tried. I called. I emailed. I almost sent smoke signals.
Yeah, I need to go ahead and get that popping. Because I need a little change in my pocket. The way this season about to go. Oh God, man.
No, I feel that.
How school been going for you? First week and stuff just passed, I think you said. Well, second week.
It's about to be week 3. You know, I don't know if this was like this for you, but for me, spring is always easier than the fall. Because for me, I may take a summer class. Mm-hmm. Usually I don't. So having that 3-month break and then going back to school is a different transition than going from a 1-month break back to school.
Oh yeah, definitely. Because once you come back in the fall, man, you don't enjoy yourself over the summer. Mm-hmm. You ain't really in the school mode right just yet. Mm-hmm. But when you in the spring, you already had a semester. You already know how things going. Yep. You got your schedule set up. Whatever stuff you're doing outside of your class, you already got that set up. So the spring semester usually runs more smoothly than the fall. But I get it.
Yeah, because it's like right now. When I went to therapy, she said, like, what are my pros and cons about right now? I said the pros is I'm used to the grind, so I'm back in the swing of things. And the classes themselves aren't difficult. This is the people in my classes. And I'll say this about any profession.
Are you in class or are you online?
I'm online for 1, but I'm in class for 2.
Okay.
But my thing is, especially with people who are in the health field, you got to be presentable. You got to be kind, respectful, especially with being a counselor. You're working with people's feelings. Mm-hmm. And that's already a complicated thing. So to know that you always talking shit about other people's demographics or who they want to work with says a lot about you, in my opinion. Like, I legit have a shawty in my program who all she do is bash men all day. And I have another one who literally talks shit about adults all the time, about how she rather want to work with kids because adults are messy. You know, some of these kids got fucked up lives too, right? Like, not every kid's problem is going to be daddy's busy.
Honestly, I'm not a therapist or anything like that, but shoot, the kids might be the worst ones to work with because the adults is piling their trauma onto their kids. And with being an adult, you kind of know how to work with, your trauma, get over that, and you got all the resources to heal yourself. But as a kid, you just going with the flow. Yep. You don't know better. No. Like your brain ain't even develop all the way yet. So all that trauma that's getting piled up on you, you just think that's how life's supposed to be. So you just taking everything that you receive and you just giving that to everybody else, whether if it's positive or negative. So I think kids might be a little difficult than adults.
I think
if you ask me.
And I agree. And it's like, this is just me being honest, not throwing shade for anybody who's listening. I do think working with kids is tougher. So if you choose to work with kids, I genuinely commend you because I like children. I don't think I could counsel kids though. Just being realistic because I hate to say it, I'm a little too logical for children.
I get it.
Yeah, and it's like, I don't want to talk to kids like they're kids. I want to talk to them so they can convey how they feel. Because if you're talking like this all the time, I don't know how far we're going to get. Yeah. But if I can talk to you like this, I think we can get somewhere.
Yeah, big facts. Yeah. I'm the same way. Because you ain't going to talk to me no type of way. You ain't going to talk to me no type of way. But at the same time, I understand where you're coming from. And we gonna have a dialogue, a good dialogue. We ain't gonna disrespect each other. Yep. And we're gonna come to a solution to whatever that you're going through. But you know,
Yep.
that's how it be. But you know, sticking on the subject of kids, a little more positive note.
Yeah.
Want to first give a shout out to the Prince Edward Middle School girls basketball team. They finished, I believe they finished third in their district this season. Made it to the playoffs, eliminated in the first round. But shout out to y'all. Y'all had a good 3 seasons for real. You know, the first 2 seasons before that, y'all went undefeated, back-to-back champion. And this year, you know, little tough start, but we will get back right.
Yep.
And then shout out to Prince Edward Middle School boys basketball squad. We are advancing to the championship again this year, second year in a row. You know, looking to be back-to-back champions. So shout out to the middle school boys team. Man, I just want to say, like, just how proud I am of them boys, man. Just watching them play and just coaching them for like the past 2 years have given me a different type of a love for the game of basketball. It's like I'm a coach, but I'm like a fan all over again.
Yeah.
Especially when you at these games, you just watching them play. Like I be on the bench hype, like oh God, like our bench, like we got the best energy out of all the teams in the district when you talk about the energy from the bench. But like just seeing some of the things that they do on the court, man, it's amazing. I'd be like, damn, I wanted that. Have I ever done that on the court? Like they be lit, you know. They already accomplished some of the things that we couldn't accomplish when we was in school. They already became a champion. So, and my 8th grade year was the first year middle school sports came. So, so yeah, shout out to them. I ain't gonna say they better than us at that age,
Right.
yet, but we might can have a debate about it.
Okay.
We might can have a debate about it, but
Fair enough.
these kids are definitely special. I think it's a good thing. Well, I think it's special for me just because, you know, how we feel about, honestly, how we feel about Coach Scott, maybe like Coach Jones, you know, Stanley Jones. Of course, you could throw Coach Red in there. Who else at Youth League? I had Coach Tillerson in Youth League as well. But when you talk about like being able to coach kids from like Youth League all the way up,
Yep.
that's a special thing just to see like the development.
Yep, the
and
progression.
just to know like you had a part of that, part of that development. And so when kids are playing well, you like, I'm doing a good job. I know a little something about basketball. Like you ain't gonna be able to, y'all ain't gonna argue me that I don't know the game of basketball. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a special thing to see. But yeah, shout out to the boys. So next show, when I come up here, I ain't gonna say hopefully, but I'm gonna say next show, I'm gonna come back saying we are back-to-back champions, conference champions. So can't wait for that game to happen.
Wonderful.
Yep. But just kind of sticking on sports below the collegiate level. I sent you a picture. It was like a conversation that was going on Twitter.
Oh, Twitter.
Yeah, good old Twitter. You know I love it. I love it. But yeah, if you're watching this on YouTube, I put the picture up on it of the tweet, but pretty much it was a picture of just showing like a team on the bench and they had team shoes on, and the caption was, what do you already know about this team just by, you know, looking at the picture? And then there was an unpopular opinion. That's pretty much the only unpopular opinion I seen based on the tweet. But a coach was like, coach is a control freak, fakes building a real team by showing off to the crowd that they are a real team by wearing same shoes. Coach doesn't truly get what a team is truly about. Let individuals be themselves within a team setting. So I wanted to ask you, what was your original thought on just the picture itself? Like, what do you think about, you know, teams having like team shoes, like just team gear and everything like that? But then the second question is, what do you think about what this coach had to say about it?
First, with the initial post, I see structure when that happens because an extension of team uniforms to me goes back to uniforms in general. Like, what's the point of uniforms? To be unified. Mm-hmm. Like, militaries have uniforms, police have uniforms, firemen have uniforms, doctors have uniforms. So that bleeds into my second point about his comment is I think that that's full of crap. It's not about being controlled. It's about unification. Because if you look like a unit, then we got to take you a little more seriously. Like, individuality is cool. You definitely have the sneakers that you like. Yeah. It gets a little different once you get to college, especially if it's your school is Adidas or Nike or Under Armour or things like that. But I can respect wanting kids to have individuality or teams to have individuality. But the point of doing that is literally to present we're a unit. We're a team.
It's a team sport. Mm-hmm. That was my first thing. I was like, if you want to do individual stuff, go play tennis.
Yep.
Play golf. Mm-hmm. Go do boxing or something like that.
Any martial art.
Martial arts. You know what I'm saying? This is a team sport. But my original thought was, like you said, I thought it was a stupid comment. Just looking at who said it, he's a D2 coach. He coached at Seton Hill University. That's
where?
Exactly. It's like a private Catholic school that he coached at D2, but I'm not sure how he saw team shoes and he equated that to control. Like you said, what happened to just standards, like
but Derek,
unification, being a team, being on the same page, like.
But that's the thing, and I'm not trying to make this a soapbox tangent rant moment. That's the problem a lot now in sports and in the world is people think that every form of structure is controlling, and I think that that's such bullshit. Like, no, we have stop signs for a reason.
Facts.
We have warning labels for a reason. It's not to control you. It's to prepare you. It's to get you ready. Hey, this light is yellow. You slow your ass down because it's about to turn red. That's not the government controlling you. That's so your dumb ass won't get into an accident. Same thing with a team. If you let your team do whatever, they going to do whatever.
Oh, God.
If you let them do whatever they want in the locker room, it's going to translate to the court. You can't control outside of sports, just being real. But you have to have structure in a team.
Yep.
And realistically, uniforms are part of it.
Uniforms are part of it. And that's the least, like, when you talk about just uniforms, the team shoes and stuff like that, that's the least thing you got to worry about when you talk about controlling of an individual. Like, I don't know where you get that from, but I don't know if I should say this, but I was gonna say
energy. Oh yeah,
like this was another thought too. It was like it's ironic because you talk about structure and stuff like that, but it's ironic he can say a coach is like a control freak. Sorry if I offend somebody when I say this. But it's ironic he say that and he work at a religious school. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'll keep it at that. I'll elaborate on it on like Unfiltered Brothers or something. But since this is a sports podcast, I'll just keep it at that. But if you want to have a conversation, I don't mind having the conversation.
I will say this.
I can elaborate on it at another time.
As someone who is a believer in God, I will say that there are good people and there are not.
And I am too.
Yeah.
But I say it's the difference between religion and spirituality. And that's just my thing.
No, I get that. I'm not going to debate nobody on that. I think that that's perfectly fair. It's just certain.
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Control is not always a bad thing.
It's not. It's not. But when it comes to things like religion, coaching, whatever, you got to know how they're presenting their leadership. And if they are presenting their leadership as, hey, side A is I'm going to let you all be yourselves, but we will be on practice on time. I will check your grades. Or in the NBA, you will be at practice on time. You will attend team meetings. You will go see the trainer. But you can wear whatever shoes you want. That's no problem. But then you having that structure as well, but you going above and beyond, like, well, I don't think you should bring them to the game no more. Why not? Because they don't represent, I don't know, real university well.
Right.
So, like, it's
that's a whole different,
yeah. But it's how you do it, and that's anything.
And just him saying like it's like a coach trying to show off to the team, like not
show off to the audience.
Show off to the crowd. Like most of the times when teams are getting team shoes, we're not splurging on these shoes. These are not some flashy shoes that you wear. It's not like the new Jordans that just drop or the new KDs, Kobe's or whatever like that. Granted, some people's, get like the Kyries or whatever for team shoes, but most of the times we're not splurging on team shoes. And for us as an example, they look at what the coaches wear more than what the players wear, because they pay the money to come to the game to see the players play, not what the players wear.
Yep.
And honestly, like if having team shoes is a form of control, your staff should be wearing the same thing either.
Yeah.
Like, if that's the case, I don't want to see your staff with the same shirt on, the same polo, the same nothing.
The same school uniform, like
nothing.
Logos, whatever. Like, nah. Everybody look different. Let's just look like a big-ass bag of Skittles.
But one of the points I made when I commented on a tweet was, how do you know everyone has basketball shoes?
Yep.
How you know everyone has good quality basketball shoes? Every athlete ain't fortunate to have good athletic gear to wear. So not all the time, but sometimes coaches, parents, and the community come together and donate these stuff to the team so they can have.
Yep.
And when we was in school, we wanted the team shoes. We wanted the warm-ups, with our nicknames on the back and everything like that.
We wanted to look like a team. Kids, well, I'm just speaking on the kids I coach. They want to,
look like a team. They wanted the team shoes and everything like that. And I would say, like, these kids have a say. Like, we don't just
they do.
we don't just tell these kids what to do. Everyone has a say.
Yep.
It's not a team if they don't have a say in what what they want to do, what they want to wear.
And then with that too, because you were talking about the community and everybody coming together to get these things, it is cheaper to also get things the same. Like if I know these basketball shoes is $85, okay, just another size smaller or larger is still going to be $85. And if we budget properly, because that's getting into business, it's like, all right, cool, we can pick from these 3 shoes. Y'all pick which one. Okay, then you pull somebody aside, or someone comes aside, hey coach, I can't afford them, I got you.
Yep.
Like, and like you said, it don't even got to be the best shoe. It don't got to be the most expensive shoe. Like, we had Hyper Dunks my senior year. And Joyce was like $100. Not Hyper Dunks. No. We had Kyrie's my senior year, but it was about $120. But I'm not gonna say no names because I'm not gonna put their financial business out there. But coach paid for some people's sneakers, and that's fine because at the end of the day, it was about playing. It was about being a team. So there's no control in that. There was what you was talking about, someone helping somebody, as well as we got a system in place anyway for these things. You can spend this much on travel fits. You can spend this much on sneakers. You can spend this much on whatever the hell, Gatorade bottles. So it's more than control. Yeah. It's also can be business sometimes.
But that's kind of me looking back at, just like looking at like private schools that have uniforms. Me personally, I'm not a big fan of it, but I do see the other side of it. Yeah, especially when you went to a public school and you get to wear whatever, but you also see like the different classes, financial classes. When you go to these public schools, some kids got more than the others. Yep. You see the bullying happen. Shoot, sometimes you the one that's being bullied and stuff like that. So it's like, why not just have, when you have these uniforms like this, everyone looks the same. Yep. What can you critique me on? We have the same thing. So we don't have to worry about what we're wearing. That's just now we'll just worry about executing what we could do on the court.
Yeah.
And then, but it's like if the coach is a control freak, that's gonna reflect on how the team play.
Yep.
Like not what they wearing. Like if trust me, kids today ain't taking that type of authority.
No,
like
no.
you ain't running over these kids today. Like nah, they gonna stand on business. Like these kids ain't going for that.
It's just crazy how some people can see one part of something and just take it far, because it's like the same thing. I know it's not us to talk about, but with Michael Porter Jr.'s interview recently, he talked about how he thinks WNBA players should be paid more, but it's not their fault that people don't find it entertaining. People gonna find whatever they find entertaining to be entertaining. It was just like, so just know, I think you deserve more money, but not a lot of people do, unfortunately. And I think that that's actually a fair thing to say. He didn't say he don't want you to get paid. He just said what the consumer's saying. But what's everybody doing? Clipping it and saying he don't support women's sports. That's not what the hell he said.
All right, that's a good topic. I have an opinion that I'm gonna save it for when we get to stuff and spring though.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because I do have a.
Yeah, we gotta talk about that. Ooh.
Yeah, but just back to the teacher thing. I think it's stupid.
It's stupid.
I think it's stupid. And you're a college coach. Come on, man.
You know, make your program good.
Yeah,
focus
that's
on your
it.
program.
You focus on your program. Make sure your program is good. We good over here. The kids good. Community good.
That's it. We all
we handling everything good over here. So, but we're gonna get into some results from the last episode.
Nice.
So these games were January 21st through the 27th. I had a record of 11-4. Aaron had a record of 12-3.
Let's go. I'm getting better.
We are, we're getting good there. All right, so Lakers defeated Blazers. 76ers defeated Spurs. Kings defeated Hawks. Knicks defeated Nets. Clippers defeated Lakers. Suns defeated Mavericks. Thunder defeated Spurs. Lakers defeated Bulls. Celtics defeated Heat. Kings defeated Warriors. Mavericks defeated Hawks. Spurs defeated Trailblazers. Knicks defeated Heat. Nuggets defeated 76ers. Joel Embiid was stuck in that smoke. And Lakers defeated Warriors. So for Sunday, today, the February 4th, we have Clippers Heat.
Ooh, give me the Clippers. Congrats to Ruts, 25,000 points. But I love that post that Pat Bev did.
What did it say? I didn't see it.
What basically Patrick Beverly, and for those who are listening who have seen or haven't seen it, Patrick Beverly posted, he said it's funny how they blame me and they blame Russ,
I did see that.
but we both on winning teams.
Yep, I did see that. Yep, it's facts.
I'm glad he said something.
It's facts. Because that's just... I'll just keep it. You be making me about to go on rants.
Man, but
you
look,
be making me about to go on rants.
All I'm saying is, I love how Pat Bev addressed who the issue is without saying who the issue was.
Yeah.
But his fans gonna defend him like he is the greatest thing ever to touch the basketball.
Fuck it, let's get into it.
But
that's the thing. That's the thing that gets me. Is so it's like any other player. Steph is struggling. The Warriors are struggling this season. I ain't gonna say Steph is struggling. He just had a 60-point game in a loss against the Hawks. So, they'll look at that, be like, and fans will be like, dang, Steph need help.
Yep.
Like, and I don't think we realize when fans do say like Steph need help, like they don't understand. Like, y'all know the Warriors was built, right? Like they wasn't drafted. Traded or anything like that. Like Clay was drafted to them. Draymond was drafted to them. They are key pieces to the Warriors. If they're not playing well, yes, Steph needs help.
Yep.
Steph needs help. And it's not like any other player. KD, he's going to team. LeBron, he want to be a GM for every team he gets to and everything like that. But speaking of LeBron, he's the only player that don't get, like, when stuff is going wrong, it's everyone else's fault. When things going right, it's on him. And he's the only player I really see like that. y'all don't get that grace to KD.
Nope.
Y'all don't get that grace to Steph.
Nope.
Who else great in the league
Kobe.
right now?
Well, not no, in the league right now. Joker.
Like, yeah. So it's either gonna be, and then Darvin Ham. So it's got to be either the coach or some of these star players.
Yep. It's either Darvin Ham, the general manager, or it's AD, or Rob Pelinka, or it's AD.
Yep. Never
Or it's
LeBron. And dude, look, Lakers fans been ready to ship D'Lo since the beginning of the season.
Yeah. Look.
Since the beginning of the season.
And you know, I did sound gonna say something crazy at the beginning of the podcast, but we passed the beginning. Trade LeBron. Screw it. Blow it up. Send him wherever he wanna go. Like I've been wanting to let go of LeBron. I've just been real. Like, forget the bubble championship. But go ahead and trade him. He's got the most value. You keep posting shit. You keep throwing shade.
He do. I ain't gonna cap.
If
he been on Twitter more than KD.
No, for real. Like, if
cap.
I'm Rob Pelinka, I'm looking at you as a man, not LeBron James. I'll be like, do you want to go? Because we can make that happen.
Let me know.
If I was him and Jeannie Buss would really go to LeBron instead of saying, hey, what do you need? I would say, where do you want to go?
Because at some point we gotta start looking into the future. Like, y'all not trading for anybody young. Nope. Like, that's a like star wise. LeBron, what? I get LeBron 2-3 more years.
I'd say two good years.
2 good years.
That third will probably be like an averaging 17 type of year.
So it's like, what is our plans after that? Because obviously, I don't see AD in that. The way he's been playing, I don't see him in that future, Laker roster.
We just gonna become New Orleans again for him. That's it. We just gonna be New Orleans for him when LeBron is gone. We gonna be a decent team that get bounced in the first, maybe make it to the second.
So with the Lakers, I ask a question. So with the Lakers being the Lakers, so that's a good spot that stars would love to play at. Will being a great franchise. Of course, we had that period from like 2013 because Kobe got us there, but he got hurt. So let's just say 2014 through 2000. Let's say like 19. Well, we'll consider that a rough period.
Yeah,
for us. I feel like we head into that direction again. But do you think after that 5-year period, if it is that long, after that 5-year period is over, do you think we'll get another star player to come to LA and rebuild around them?
I'm gonna be honest, nah. I don't think so. I think we'll get probably decent free agents who can do better. Because everyone keeps talking about it's that Laker jersey. Nah, it's number 23 in the Laker jersey who adds on to that. But if you take him off and now we're just AD and Austin Reeves, okay, it's a little bit less pressure. So we could get someone back like a Dennis Schroeder. We could get somebody, who is it? We could get somebody like a, what's his name? Like a Obi Toppins, like a good momentum player. We could get somebody like, I don't want to say Brandon Ingram, but like a younger type of Brandon Ingram. We can get decent B players, but we're not going to get no superstar in the next 5 years after LeBron gone. We not. And it sucks to say that because I'm looking at the superstars who going to be in the league still. Giannis not going to go to the Lakers. It's just not in him. Could I see him leaving? Yeah, but I don't think he's going to go to the Lakers. Joker, he not going nowhere. Luka, he not going nowhere. Mark Cuban pay you too good.
That's facts.
Like SGA, maybe. But you're building something in OKC, and you got all them draft picks coming between 2025 and 2029, and you're still young. Booker, hell no.
I was gonna ask you about that. I say, do you think Booker will retire as a son?
Yes, because he's too much like Kobe. He wants to finish the job where he is. Like he's not gonna want to come that way. But then I'm thinking of other people. I don't see Halliburton coming in the future. I don't see Ja coming in the future.
How about You gotta think it's a Showtime, right? So
The only person I can think is LaMelo.
See,
That's it.
we on the same page.
LaMelo's the only
I'm
person
glad we on the same
I
page.
think would come to the Lakers. But it's 2024. Between 2024 and 2030, LaMelo is the only person I can see coming to the Lakers. That is a name.
Yeah.
But realistically, I don't know what he could do.
yeah, I mean, he wouldn't, especially if we don't have to keep pieces around him. We wouldn't be able to do much.
No.
We wouldn't be able to do much because it's just like we replacing, D'Lo for him.
Yep.
In 5 years, I would think Reeves would still be there. I would hope he'll still be there. Hopefully, we don't do him like a Alex Caruso.
Yeah.
And we keep Reeves on the team because he actually, he's a good role player for us, and I think he'll be a good role player for anybody.
No, I agree.
He's not somebody to lead the team. Even though he had his career high. What was the career high? Season high.
It was a career high. 37.
Against the Boston Celtics, but you wouldn't want Reeves to lead your team.
No. No.
That's kind of like, and I know we get off, but that's kind of like when I was listening to Gilbert Arena, and he was like, when they was just like debating Brunson and somebody else, but they was like, no, because Rashad labeled Brunson as a superstar. And but pretty much Gil was just like, if that's your first option, you're in trouble. Because he's trying to compare that to KG. And it was like KG was the first option on Timberwolves, and he left, and he became the second, third option on Boston Celtics.
Yep.
So if Brunson leave New York and he go to another contender team, he's not going to be the first option.
No.
So yeah, if Reeves was ever to be
the first
first option, nah, yeah, we're in trouble.
No, for real,
we're in trouble. But I'm gonna go Clippers as well tonight. Tomorrow, February 5th, we have Lakers Hornets.
Oh, something in me. You know what?
We've been kind of seeing a trend happening.
I'm gonna go Charlotte.
Charlotte.
Actually, no. Terry Rozier gone. Lakers.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah, I'll go Lakers.
You think they ever get that situation figured out in Miami?
Man,
I still think it's a good pickup.
Yeah.
But, they just gotta, fix some things.
I think that it'll work because it's January, so the season's been going on. But I will give them till after All-Star break. After All-Star break, I think we'll start seeing them click a little bit more. So later this month, early March, they'll be better.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna go Lakers as well, and then we have Warriors and Nets.
Actually, give me Brooklyn in that one. I feel like Cam Thomas is gonna have a good game.
I'm going to go. Damn, Warriors, y'all make it hard for me, man. I'm gonna go Warriors.
Okay.
Not Warriors, but Steph said he's not gonna just drop 60 and we're gonna take this. Yeah, forget that. All right, so Tuesday, February 6th, we have Mavericks and Nets.
No, give me the Mavericks. Definitely the Mavericks.
I'm going Mavs as well. And then we have Bucks versus Suns.
Give me Milwaukee. Should be a good game, though. Should be a good game. Don't mess it up, Doc. God, don't mess it up.
So, playing the Phoenix. I'm going to go Suns.
Okay. Suns. Fair enough.
Right, so, Wednesday, February 7th, we have Warriors and 76ers.
Ooh, I'll go Philly. Even though Embiid out, I'm going to go Philly. Dang.
So, and that's a conversation for later that we're going to have. I'm bored 76 this one as well too though.
Okay.
Warriors, I never thought I'd see the day I lose faith in y'all.
Man.
But they gotta break it up. But just on that, you guys sent me that post about it's pretty much like Steph's decision if you wanna
if he wanna blow it up.
Yeah. What you
That's a lot of power to give one person. But
I mean LeBron do it all the time.
well yeah. LeBron teams and run them all the time. But just being completely honest, they're headed in that last dance Bulls direction. Because Draymond's Rodman, Clay is Pippen, and Steph is Jordan. Where it's just like, Steph's not going to retire. But it's the same situation of, all right, we're going to pull from one last hurrah, and we're going to blow this joint up. And that last hurrah was when they won in 22.
Yeah.
Like, y'all done. Because you're not developing your young talent. You don't have other just as good or better big men than Looney. And if I'm a big man, I don't know if I want to play with the Warriors. Like if I'm a Clint Capella.
I think he messed himself up when not only this year, but like it was like last year or the year before that, when Dwight Howard was a potential to be on the Warriors. Like, why didn't you pursue that?
You can still do it.
And you can still do it. Oh, well, he under contract now, so I'm not overseas, so I'm not sure how that works, that contract works, but
yeah.
But it's like, no, shout out to Looney. I always say, like, Looney don't get the respect that he deserved for being a key piece for the Warriors and just the role that he played for them, as well as in those playoff runs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but that's unfair for him.
Yeah.
Because we know he's not the most athletic person. Even though he can hold his own with certain individuals, that's not fair. Like, y'all gotta get... And Kuminga is not a 5.
No, Kuminga's a big 3. He's a big...
Y'all don't have a 5. You know, y'all got the rookie, what's his name? Like, Jackson. He's been doing... You know, when Draymond was out, he was doing good in his role, his small role that he was playing. But once again, y'all need a 5, solid 5.
Yeah,
y'all should have kept Wiseman.
But
like y'all pick Wiseman over LaMelo.
Yep.
So I thought y'all was going to develop Wiseman into a great 5, a stretch 5.
Mm-hmm.
But
they could have though. But oh well.
But
I think they could have.
Do you think what's the I think it was the GM that left?
Yeah.
Was it Bob Myers? You think he left for a reason?
Yes.
Like not the reasoning he gave.
No. When it comes to a situation like Bob Myers, you left because they made you leave. You pissed somebody off. And they let you go. Because it's like he don't even talk about them with a good sense. It's like when he was on First Take and Steven asked a question, he was like, oh, when I was with my former employers, you could have just said when I was with the Warriors.
Right.
So that lets me know it's something there.
Yeah.
So don't know what, but it lets me know something was there.
It's something.
You could have said the Warriors, but nah, you said former employers like it was a breakup. Like when I was with who. No, when you was with Letitia.
Right. Right. Don't try to hide it now.
Don't try to hide it now. So.
We know. We seen you.
We seen it.
Yeah, that's crazy. But they need to figure something out. So the second game for that day, we have Pelicans and Clippers.
That could go either way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say the Pelicans. I'll say the Pelicans. They could get a win off of that.
I'll say the Pelicans as well. And Thursday, February 8th, we have Mavericks and Knicks.
Give me the Knicks, actually. Even though I love the Mavericks, Luka my guy. I'm gonna go with the Knicks.
I am go Knicks as well. Second one, Nuggets and Lakers.
Nuggets.
See.
Like, dang, I want to pick y'all so bad.
So bad. It was like, I don't know. Because every time AD see Jokic, he get mesmerized or something. Like, he just fascinated about Jokic, just smiling at him. Man, you don't play some defense on this man.
I'm being cute.
Right. What is you doing, man? You want to go for defensive player of the year, but you get sweet every time you play Jokic. What is you doing?
This is why I will always, I haven't said it on the show, but I've said it talking to my boys, I will always be an advocate for Kevin Garnett to be a big man coach in the NBA. Put him on the Lakers bench with AD. Let him get his hands on AD. I swear to God, we're going to see a different animal. Yes. He would have been pissed in there. What you doing?
Oh, God.
He would have came on the court. Give him the jersey. I'm Anthony Davis tonight.
With that viral clip, KG always coming up when he on the bench. Sorry ass.
Trash ass. I was like, look.
KG the realest, man.
Like, I hated the Celtics growing up, but I love Kevin Garnett. Man. I can't deny it. I just love his energy. Oh, God. Because he cared.
Like, I don't watch him and Paul Pierce jump fully, but I love watching like the clips, man. Mm-hmm. They be going back and forth, man. He told Paul Pierce, he said, Tatum will give you buckets, nigga. What is you talking about? Dog. He's a dog.
That's why I was mad when they was gonna bring on Rasheed Wallace as a big man coach, but then that didn't go through. I'm like, that was perfect.
I do remember that.
I'm like, that's Rasheed Wallace. All right, you know what?
They don't be caring. They don't be caring.
Y'all done brought in gurus and chakra healers, the sign readers for AD, man. Talking about, yeah, your rising Virgo is going to definitely help you tonight against the Knicks. No! Oh, my God.
All right, so Friday, February 9th, we have Hawks and 76ers.
I'm actually going to get that one to the Hawks.
Same, because y'all disrespecting my boy, but we're going to get into it. Pelicans and Lakers.
I would actually say us that game. I think that we can win that game.
I'm going Pelicans. Fuck them.
Oh, and while really?
Nah.
Look, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. Oh, while we here, to a certain individual who's a part of Unfiltered Brothers, who said I'd be disrespecting on his name. I don't. I love you, bro. You the coolest dude ever. But you ain't shit. Anyway, back to the show. I had to get it out there because you're not going to keep texting me at night when I'm resting, trying to get my body back right for the next day with that negative energy.
Yo, boy, stupid. Thunder, Saturday, February 10th, we have Thunder and Mavericks.
Actually, give me the Thunder for that one. Sorry, Luka. You're going to get 30. You're going to lose that one.
Yeah, I got Thunder as well. And then the last one, we have Suns and Warriors.
Give me Phoenix. I'll take Phoenix.
I'm going to take Phoenix as well.
All right.
Cool. So, yeah, y'all let us know how y'all feel about our predictions. Give us y'all predictions, and we're going to take a short break, and we'll be right back. Unfiltered Brothers is on Patreon. Be sure to become a member and show your support for the podcast. Your support will help us invest in our business to help the podcast grow and expand our brand. There are 3 tiers you can choose from. Get early access to the audio and video a day before the episodes are available on streaming services and YouTube. Be the first to know about special announcements and get access to exclusive episodes or content. Also, 10% of Tier 3 will also be donated to a charity of our choice at the end of each year. So, thank you in advance. Now back to the episode. Welcome back to your regional teaching. So, we want to get into... So, yeah, All-Star Weekend is coming up. It's take place February 16th through 18th in Indianapolis, Indiana. You know, well, you looking forward to All-Star Weekend? Always enjoy. Well, most of the time, I enjoy All-Star Weekend over like the Pro Bowl and stuff like that. So, How you feel about All-Star Weekend this year?
I'm not excited, but I'm curious because
what you curious about?
I'm curious about these 3 things, and I'm gonna keep it short and sweet. I'm curious about who's in the dunk contest.
I'm surprised. That's the thing too, because I was looking that up to have ready for today, and I'm like, y'all don't have no information out on who's gonna be in the skills. I heard they want to put Wemby in the skills challenge,
which I actually think is good for the league. I think they should do that.
I was looking at the 3-point. I was like, so y'all just announced the Steph and Sabrina one, but y'all ain't tell us who else gonna be in the regular 3-point contest.
I think that is the 3-point contest.
So you think they? I thought, because I think if I read it correctly, I'm gonna have to go back, y'all fact check me, because I think that's gonna be right after the main one. So they're gonna have a main one. So
okay.
Hopefully I read it right. But I was like, okay, if they're gonna have a main one, that means okay, we already know Steph's not gonna even be in that one. So they were gonna have a main one, Steph and Sabrina, and then they're gonna have the slam dunk contest.
Okay.
But yeah, they didn't no information out on who participated in,
and it's almost done.
So I don't even know.
Yeah,
so I don't even know how to get excited for it.
Exactly. My second thing is, I'm just curious on how the Sabrina Steph's gonna go. But I also want to know, are we gonna have? My biggest one is it really gonna feel like East versus West again, since they're going back to that style? Because the last time it was East versus West, it wasn't as competitive, but it was still enjoyable. It was still there. Because that was when it was in Toronto.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it can have that feel again. So.
Yeah. I think I'm looking, like, similar to you, I don't know how to feel about this All-Star Weekend yet, just because they haven't made really any announcements.
None.
Besides the roster. So I want to get into East versus West first, and then we can get into the Steph and Sabrina. So we see that on the West roster, we have Luka, KD, SGA, LeBron, and Jokic starters for the West. And then you have, for the reserves, you have Devin Booker, Steph Curry, AD, Anthony Edwards, Paul George, Kawhi Leonard, and Karl Anthony Towns. And then for the East starters, you have Giannis, Embiid, Tyrese, Dame, Tatum. And then for the reserves, you have Bam, Pialo, Jalen Brown, Jalen Brunson, Tyrese Maxey, Donovan Mitchell, and Julius Randle. So, well, original thoughts on the starters.
For the East, Brunson should have been a starter.
Over Dame?
Over Dame.
Okay. I agree.
And that's really it.
Yeah. You could either, I can say, I would probably pick Brunson over Maxey.
Okay.
The way he's been playing like the last couple months. Because Maxey started off the season on a good note. I ain't gonna say he fell off anything, like, because he just had a career high the other day as well. So
yeah,
but any of those two besides Dame, I would have been fine with. The West, I think they got that right.
I think they got that right too.
I think they got that right. You can debate Edwards maybe, but it's hard to place him over Luka and Shea with what they're doing.
Exactly.
But you can argue Edwards just because you can't deny he's the best player on. Well, they're number 2 in the West now. So, but at that time they were still number 1 in the West. So you could have made an argument like, man, like Edwards could have started as well.
Yeah.
But then going into the reserves, how we feel about the reserves for the West?
Fox should have been a reserve.
Over who?
Cat.
Okay.
Take Cat out, bro. Cat has had a good season, but it's not an all-star season, in my opinion. I think he's played good for his team, but Ant is more of an all-star than you are.
That's facts. Do you feel Rudy's supposed to be an all-star? Because, he made that comment.
Rudy Gobert need to shut the hell up. But, it's... I will say this. He still should shut the hell up. But I can see why he said what he said. Back-to-back defensive player of the year. You've been an all-star before. Led the league in block multiple times. I can get the sense of feeling of, hey, come on now.
Yeah.
But
Come on now.
Come on.
Come on now.
Yeah. So that's really all I got for that.
Yeah. My thing with the West reserves is I would say Fox. So if I had to so let's just say we had to replace positions instead of just players.
Mm-hmm.
I would say Fox should be in there, and I would give him the edge over Paul George. And then for Cat, I ain't gonna lie. I think Sabonis should have had the nod over Cat. Like Sabonis almost averaging a triple double, and they're fifth in the West right now, if I'm not mistaken. So he's pinning up some good numbers, man. So I would those two, Fox and Sabonis. I think they should have got a nod for the reserves for the West, and PG or Cat. Yeah, they could have replaced those two. But the rest, I don't have an issue with it. I'm fine. I'm glad.
You cool with Kawhi?
I'm cool with Kawhi.
Okay. Me personally, I would take out Kawhi, swap Fox, and drop Cat now for Sabonis. That's what I do. I think PG has kind of been an all-star this year. That's just me.
The thing, because I'm kind of like that with Kawhi, but with Kawhi, he's just not. He came from San Antonio, so he's not exciting. No, he's not exciting to watch. He's not the flashy person, but
no.
I think Kawhi has been a major reason for their success this season. Of course, you got the addition of James Harden and everything like that, and the sacrifice of Russell. But I think Kawhi is still doing what he used to do in his prime days.
That's fair.
Yeah, he's just not exciting at all.
That is definitely fair.
So with the East, how do we feel about the reserves?
You already know how I feel.
You know,
it did my boy Trey dirty.
You go ahead, because when it comes to the East, that's just my only thing is Brunson should have been a starter. That's really all I got.
Yeah.
But you go ahead.
So they got Bam, Pialo, Jaylen Brown, Dylan Brunson, Maxey, Mitchell, and Randall. Trey definitely should have been there.
Yeah.
Trey been putting up numbers the last 2 seasons.
Yeah, I would have said take Donovan Mitchell out and put Trey in.
Trey been balling in the last 2 seasons. He hasn't got a vote for All-Star. So when it comes time to pick, and this is the thing about the voting as well too, is we rely on the media and the players to do their job after, the fans vote for the starters. But then y'all don't pick Trey in. Y'all don't vote Trey in. And like you said, Mitchell, he ain't really been, for the Cavs, he's probably been good for them, but I haven't seen an all-star season from him this season. And Randall, maybe you can debate, he's been hurt or this and that. But whatever. Yeah. Brunson is still that guy on New York. I think Randall is the second option.
Yeah. So
why not give the nod to the first option on ACL?
Yeah.
That's my debate. No disrespect to Randall, but get him out of there.
Yeah,
get him out of there. But and also what frustrates me is probably I think the West gonna blow them out.
Yeah, I got the West.
The West, this team looks good. I ain't gonna cap.
I got the West.
This is a good team. I ain't gonna cap.
Joker, Bron, and KD, SGA, and Luka.
That's a good 5, man.
Steph off the bench.
Steph, Booker off the bench. You got Edwards coming off the bench. Oh my God.
That ain't right.
That ain't right. The West gonna kill them, man.
Someone looked at this and said, "Yeah, we should have just stuck with team captain."
Oh God.
It did, but that's the thing too. Well, even if everyone was healthy, I still got the West.
Mm-hmm.
But then you have Embiid, you have Halliburton. That's still they could miss the All-Star game. That don't count towards the season.
Mm-hmm.
So and then you have Randall. We don't know his status. Yeah, so you have 3 people on the East that's questionable for this All-Star game. So we already know y'all can go ahead and start pitting people in their places. I hate that.
And that's how Trey gonna get in.
And I hate that.
Yeah.
I really do hate that.
Yep.
I already seen it coming.
I just think people don't like Trey Young just to not like him.
I think I think what he did in New York that year, they just stopped liking him.
Yeah. He hate New York hate him. It's me personally, when it comes to certain players in the NBA, I do think people just hate to hate him. Trey is one of them. Because it's like, his game has gotten better the past 2 years. Mm-hmm. He's still playing good. The only thing is, the main thing is he needs to be a better defender.
Yeah. But besides that,
besides
rebounding, what's the difference between him and Luka? That was the perfect trade.
It was the perfect trade.
He's Atlanta's Luka.
He is. He is. He's Atlanta's Luka.
You know, averaging 27 and giving you 27 and 11 assists a night.
Yep. And I heard somebody on a YouTube channel try to call him a coach killer. Like, Trey Young don't got the power like Luka or Steph or LeBron. He's the star of the team. Yeah. But he's not on that level yet. Right. So no, their coaches were fired because their coaches suck.
Yeah, don't even get that mixed up. Don't even get that mixed up. So yeah, Trey. That's my biggest one. So big 3. So Trey, Fox, and Sabonis.
Yeah,
those are 3 I think could. You know, the other names that I've seen people throw in there is like Scotty Barnes. Like no. Who else they try to throw in there? It was a couple other people I've seen.
I saw someone had the nerve to throw Ayton up in there. I was like, all right, now we just being funny.
I be forgetting he's still in the league.
I forget he in the league too.
Ain't nobody watching Portland, man.
Now your Portland fans is watching Portland.
Exactly. I be forgetting, bro. I don't even know who on that team is. Grant still on that team?
No, I know there's a Jeremiah Grant.
Yeah, is he still on that?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I don't be paying attention.
He need to lead too.
Facts. But that's the thing. It got to be a funny business. Like, just being a professional athlete. Like, get your bag, but get it in the right situation. Like, put yourself in a situation where you know, like, I'm not just playing to play. Yeah. Like, of course, I want to take care of my family. I want to take care of myself. And get the bag and everything like that. But if you want to play for, like, if you want to win, or at least win some playoff games or something like that, go to a team, take maybe like $5 million cut or something like that, and go to another team.
That's why I told one of my boys, I said, 2 perfect teams for someone like me, where I can go to the playoffs, I can get paid, and I can compete. Send me to Miami or send me to Dallas. Yeah. Mark Cuban gonna pay you if he like you. Facts. And Miami, they gonna take care of you. All you gotta do is be in shape. I don't think that's asking much.
It's not.
Me personally, I don't think that's asking much. It's to me to do my job.
That's it. And I'm glad you say that, because that's one of my points for one of the following topics that we're gonna talk. Just do your goddamn job. That's it.
I got you.
But I do want us to talk about Curry and Sabrina, the 3-point challenge. How you feel about this? Like, excited for it?
I'll be completely honest. I'm not excited for it.
Why is that?
Because Steph gonna lose on purpose. Like,
you think so?
I think he is. I think she is a good shooter. She's definitely a good shooter, but she's not beating Steph. She's not.
I don't know.
I don't think she can beat him, bro.
I think
she gonna do better than what probably people think.
I think any given day, she could beat Steph. She just need one day. I ain't gonna say she could beat Steph 9 times out of 10.
Okay.
But, like, you gotta think about it, right? I thought a little bit about it last night. I was like, I originally was introduced to Sabrina because of Kobe.
Same.
You know? So that's how I got familiar with her game. But she's the original Caitlin Clark.
She is the original. She is the original Caitlin Clark.
She's the original Caitlin Clark.
Just without the rebounding.
Nah.
No,
I mean, I think total.
Yeah.
But she do have the most triple doubles for men and women in the NCAA though.
Yeah, I'm talking about like now in professional.
Yeah.
I think because that's not her job anymore.
Yeah. I think she's just averaging like 17, 5, and 6 or something like that.
Yeah.
But I mean, she's still good, whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like just she could shoot the ball, man.
She can.
She could shoot the ball. She had range on her. I think, what I said before. I think any given day, Steph can lose, and not on purpose, but she can be streaky. She already set the record for like that type of 3-point contest that they're doing. Mm-hmm. What's it called?
I forgot what it's called.
Something. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. But
it has like the two the balls that's further away.
Mm-hmm.
She got the record for that. 25 out of 27.
Which is good.
Yeah.
It's just I'm not trying to be biased, and I'm not a crazy Steph fan either. If they were to do, let's say, 3 rounds, she would win one of the rounds. Mm-hmm. I would think that if they do that, she would either win round 1 or round 2. But Steph is winning the other 2. Yeah. So they did it like that instead.
See that, and that's a different thing too.
Yeah.
So if they do rounds like that, of course I got Steph.
Yeah.
I got Steph over anybody.
Yeah. If they're doing it in one hit, I'm still picking Steph, but I can see how she can win. Right. But if they did rounds, I'm definitely picking Steph.
Right. Yeah. I think it's good. Good for women's sports. Cause what was I watching? It might have been Gil's Arena. I was watching Mello podcast too. Mm-hmm. He got a good podcast going on. I think 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. I think that's what it's called. 7 p.m. in Brooklyn. But I think, cause we kind of had that conversation. Well, not on here, but I think I asked you before. Just, do you see like the women's sports like evolving, like in the next couple of years, especially from what we've been seeing from like the collegiate level, mm-hmm. especially with like the Caitlin Clark. Of course, you got the Angel Reese in there, but then you have Juju Watkins now. You have the freshman. Well, not even just the freshman, but you just have South Carolina.
Yeah.
You have a lot of great things going on for women's sports right now. So mm-hmm. I think Sabrina showcasing her talent during All-Star Weekend against the greatest mm-hmm. shooter ever. I think that's big for the women's sports. So
it is.
That's just my point of view on it. Like, even if she win or loses, like, I think it's big for women's sports, honestly. Cause like you were saying, mm-hmm. what we was talking about earlier, you had made a comment I wanted to. What topic we was on?
Oh boy.
Forget it.
But
I remember.
Is it big for women's sports? Absolutely. I just don't think that the average consumer is gonna capitalize on it. They're not gonna look at this as, dang, they got game. They're gonna look at this, they let the girls win.
I think that's what I wanted to comment on.
Mm-hmm.
I agree, but I think I'm going to include myself into it, but I'm not, just because mm-hmm. I'm a man.
Yeah.
This is just towards men.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's our fault.
You think it's our fault?
I think it's our fault. We shit on the league.
On the WNBA?
We shit on women's sports.
Everybody shits on women's sports, though. Women shit on women's sports.
Majority men shits on women's sports.
Well, we're the mass consumers of sports. And the mass consumers of sports being men, the mass consumer of those are casuals. They only care about LeBron. They only care about KD. They only care about Steph. Book. They don't care about Drew Holiday's, Clint Capella's, the Dennis Rodmans, the Ron Artest, the dirty work guys. They're not basketball fans. They have favorite people they like.
That's the thing, though. Like, but real fans gonna appreciate whatever gender sports that is. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But it's those types of fans mm-hmm. that mess everything up.
That's what I'm saying. And that's why I don't. Go ahead.
No, my fault. But it was cause like I coach youth league sports.
Mm-hmm.
I just like seeing hoops.
Yeah.
If you play ball, you play ball. Like, if you're good at the sport, like, oh, man, I'm coming to see you. I don't care if it's boys or girls.
Mm-hmm.
If you're a hooper, you're a hooper. I'm gonna be your biggest fan.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then, like, and also, but I also think it's just, like, social media stuff, too, because I don't have a daughter or anything like that, but I ain't gonna talk shit about my daughter if she playing basketball. Her team, you know what I'm saying, is like, oh, why would I want to go? Because if you're saying that about the WNBA, you need to keep the same energy about your daughter playing sports too. Like, oh, why would I want to go see that? Y'all ain't gonna be doing nothing spectacular, but you don't know that. Yeah. And I think Melo made a good point when I was watching his jump with Bridges. Mm-hmm. But they were just talking about, like, the evolution of what they first was talking about, just the evolution of scoring, and like in the NBA. But then they got into the WNBA as well, and of course now, and I think I had this conversation with somebody else, but when you look at kids today, they are more skilled, and that's a conversation we need to have one day, just like the evolution of scoring, offense, and whatever. Mm-hmm. But just looking at kids now, like, they're more skilled because they're trying to practice all these crazy stuff early without us even, being in attendance with them. Yep. So when it comes time to coach them, it's kind of, I ain't gonna say it's easier. It's kind of easier now because they kind of have a sense of what I want to do. Yep. And so when you look at women's sports now, they got the handles, they got the shooters. Mm-hmm. Shoot, now you have some people that's dunking. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's not nothing crazy. Yeah. But they flushing it. Yeah. But then over time, it's evolution. Mm-hmm. Over time, they're gonna start being more athletic. Yeah. I ain't gonna say it's gonna be recent. Yeah. But over time, they're gonna start being more athletic. Where, shoot, they might be dunking on people. Yeah. So yeah. And I think what I see from women's sports now is like, cause you gotta think, I'm older than the WNBA. Mm-hmm. I think you're older than the WNBA.
No. I will be as old as the WNBA. Actually, no. The WNBA is gonna be. I'll be 25 next Monday.
So you're just y'all like this. Yeah, y'all the same age. Yeah. So when you think about the NBA, where the NBA started, you had, early days you had the Wilt, then you had the Bill, then you had the Kareem, got the Jerry West. Of course, it was great people during those times, but it's only certain names that stick out. So when you look at, like, the WNBA, you like, even though something like the Coach Don, she didn't play in the WNBA.
She did. I swore she did. I thought she played in Charlotte.
No. I don't think she did. Okay. Just like her and, like, Cheryl Miller, like, I don't think hers, because she played on the USA team.
Got you.
But I don't think she ever played in the NBA. Okay. I might be wrong.
No, I'm going to double check to make sure you're right.
You double check me, but I know she played on the Team USA team because she was on Martin. Right. But I don't think she ever played in the WNBA. But when you look at the WNBA, you have, at the beginning, people like a Lisa Leslie and people of that nature. It's like one or two people, coming into the league. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm not saying...
she did play in Charlotte. Okay. She played for the Sting and she played for the Comets.
Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. So, I'm not saying it's happening quick. It might be happening quicker because it's more advanced. Like, we're more advanced these days. But I feel like it's kind of like that, the NBA, when you had, like, one or two main players. Mm-hmm. Then you had Kareem, but then you had, like, a Magic and Bird come in and just change the scenery and stuff. Yeah. So I kind of feel like we're in that time now with women's sports where it's like Caitlin Clark is about to shake up some things. Yeah. People that's like a Juju, like, she a baller, bro.
Yeah, she is.
She's a baller. So yeah, I feel like we got people, and not saying we didn't have people before, because of course you got the Maya Moore, you got the Candace Parkers and stuff like that, but it's more attention now.
It is more attention.
More attention now, and so I think it's think it's a good thing for them to have that attention, but they just need to capitalize on it.
But yeah, and this is also what I'm saying, and I agree that women's sports should stop getting crapped on, but unfortunately, businesses now you cater to the casuals, and this is why I'm saying I can't put it all on men because I put it on women's too. Women's they're not going like IG models. They're not going to a Sparks game. They're going to a Laker game. They're not going to a Mystics game. They going to a Wizards game, which is crazy because they suck. But all these people will go support men's sports because it is flashy, because it is athletic. Like what Ant did in the game when he threw the alley to himself, not a lot of women do that. But unfortunately, that's what people like. Like, I'm not saying that's what it should be or that's what I agree with. I'm just saying that's just the reality of people look at women's sports and they don't care about the fundamentals. They don't care that they're playing good defense. They don't care that they're taking good shots. They don't care that they actually have really good teamwork. They care about the dunks, Steph shooting from half court, Dame time. They don't care that Asia Wilson can go get a triple-double. They didn't care that Maya Moore could give you 40 in her sleep. And it sucks. But that's just what happens. And that's why I say I put it on men and I put it on women too. Because if you are, like you said, if you are a fan of the sport, you will support the sport.
Yeah.
And that's not happening. People are going to see this contest between her and Steph. I'm still saying Sabrina going to win. They're not going to see that as, dang, I need to check out a Liberty game. They're going to see it as, they get out. And it's just like, that's just sad how people gonna see it, unfortunately. But it's like, no, there's a lot of talent in the WNBA. There's a lot of talent coming to the WNBA. Yeah. But what's happening is, one, you, like I said, you don't have enough casual fans. I hate to say it, but you don't. You don't have people who just want to come see you cross a chick up. You don't have people that want to come see you get a fast break dunk because they rather see Wemby dunk from the free throw line than see Asia Wilson get a dunk on the fast break. I don't know if she can dunk or not, but I think she can. But I think she can. But it sucks because the casual fans aren't going to support it because it's not flashy, which is stupid. Mm-hmm. Because if you are a fan, you just should support it.
But that's why I say, and I agree that you can blame both, but that's why I pit majority of the blame on men because we the only ones that's doing these debates. Like, of course, women,
I see women too who say the WNBA is trash,
but not between like men and women, but just debates in general, right? When you talk about the GOAT debate or current NBA or whatever like that, you have the casual fans that always have they want to be the first ones to get their opinions about something, right? About something. But if you don't care about the fundamental of the sport, when you talk about the WNBA, why should I care about what you need to say?
Yep.
On this side of the sport.
You're right.
You know, that's why I just picked the majority of blame because it's like, bro, like if you don't care about the basics of the sport, bro, like
then why are you here for the NBA?
You know, like and that's one thing about sometimes I get mad at the NBA when I watch it because it's like, bro, like we get taught like the basic fundamentals from start up, and then I look at some shit, I be like, bro, that's basic basketball. What are you? What are you doing out there? You know, and that's why we tell people to watch college and stuff like that. But as a casual fan, like you just need to keep your mouth closed because okay, if you don't like it, you don't like it.
Yeah. But
why hurt the brand?
And that's what it is because it's the same thing for me when it comes to Marvel, DC, anime. Like people are always shitting on everything except the things they like.
Yeah.
It's just like, no, sometimes the stuff you don't like is either good to someone else
yes.
or it is good in general.
Yep.
Because it's like, this is still kind of why I disagree with the men. The mass consumers of the WNBA are still men. 70% of the viewers of the WNBA are men, and I think it's like high 50s are old white men. because they love the fundamentals. They love the good passes. They love you coming off the screen. They love you pulling up from the short corner. They love that aspect of it because a lot of old people.
But I can tell you the demographic that shit on the most. It's gonna be probably between 23-ish, probably up to like 34.
Yeah.
Probably that type of demographic right there.
Yeah, but you go talk to older men, they love women's basketball. Like, and I'm right there with them. Like, for real, when I was at Longwood, I would rather see the women play than the men play.
Ooh.
Because, like, one, I just got annoyed with all the white bitches just being there trying to get some dick. But more so because it was genuinely good basketball. Like, I remember one day I was watching a women's game, and I heard one of the men's players say, "I don't respect our girls' team." And it was like, why? He said, because they don't play good basketball. And somebody asked a good question. They said, what's good basketball to you? He was like, bro, look what they doing. Oh, they're missing shots? That happens. Oh, they're turning the ball over? That happens.
Yeah.
And did they lose that game? I believe they did, but they didn't lose by much.
Yeah.
But it's just the fact of if you're calling losing not good basketball, I think that's unfair.
That's like the arguments we have. You probably had it before too. Just as a coach versus when parents be yelling from the crowd and or they like catch you after the game or catch you at a store and they want to talk about some players or something like that. It'd be like, why you ain't do this and that? Did you, for example, right? So they'll be like, why you ain't run this zone? Well, did you see us in this zone?
Yep.
Did you see how slow they was getting out to the wings? Did you see how they wasn't rotating over?
Nope.
When the ball is swinging to the opposite side of the floor? Did you see how
the back door was always open?
You see how lazy they were on defense? You know, like y'all not seeing what we're seeing right now?
No. And I noticed, me personally, zones don't work for a lot of kids because it's too much for them. It's too much to watch here and watch here. It's better for them to be a man on man, but you have to teach them it.
And then in the man,
they chase the ball.
They don't help.
Yep.
You know, so it's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that goes into basketball and just the fundamentals of it. And I just don't like even outside of sports. Like if I don't like something, if I had to speak on it, then I'll speak on it. But if it was no reason to speak on it, then I'll just leave it alone. Similar to how people will go to a restaurant and shit on it.
Yep.
Or go somewhere and shit on it like that. But, you know, I enjoy watching whatever basketball, so shout out to the WNBA, shout out to the NBA. But I think it'd be a good weekend. Hopefully it'll be a good All-Star weekend.
Yes. Hopefully it'll be a good All-Star weekend, but I want to see what comes from this is I just want people to genuinely like basketball.
That's it. That's all I'm asking.
Because if you gonna cheer and go crazy for LeBron, can you do the same thing for Sabrina? Can you do the same thing for Breanna Stewart? Because they're all playing good basketball. So that's why I'm always hard on casuals, no matter what we talk about. But that's just my message for this is let's enjoy it. I still think Steph's gonna lose. I don't think he's gonna lose on purpose. I think that someone's gonna be like, hey, let her win because it can be good exposure. But hopefully Steph is like, nah, I'm still gonna compete. But that her competing too is also good exposure. Because real shit, I would tell Sabrina, like, hey, they want me to let you win. We ain't gonna let that happen. We gonna play for real.
Yeah. But this is my last thought on it. It also hurts the WNBA when, like, you probably seen the episode when they was talking about it. But Gil, I think it was Gil Rashad and I think Lexi was on it. Lexi was on it.
Yep.
But when men or professional basketball players say like, oh, maybe they should come out in bikinis, you know, they sexualize the women. Like, you know, of course we, you know, like, but how you were saying like IG models go to the NBA games. Yep. They, you know, we know why they at the NBA games.
You dedicate your nigga.
Yeah,
you dedicate
like,
your man.
Yeah, like, you know, you dedicate the bag too.
You dedicate the bag.
You know what I'm saying?
See Ruby rolling like, hey.
You know what I'm saying? Like, we know why they at the games. And that can be the same thing for the WNBA as well. Mm-hmm. Of course, we see some attractive females that ball out or whatever, but just saying, like, maybe, but just even jokingly saying, like, maybe I should come out in bikinis and stuff like that.
Yeah,
like, that's rough.
No,
like,
realistically, the only thing I've heard critique-wise for the WNBA to help them is lowering the rim. But I think there's valid arguments to that of, now you messing up my shot.
Yeah.
And I think that's a fair argument. But me personally, because I do want us to move on because then we got other stuff. Mm-hmm. I would personally, and this is like just the comm major in me, I would want to fix their marketing.
That's it.
That's just it. I just want to fix your marketing.
That's the only thing.
That's really
the only thing. Just the marketing side of things. And I think that's why I said, like, this time you need to capitalize on that. Like, y'all, the attention with women's sports, like the South Carolina and LSU game was the most viewed sports event that day.
Yep.
And I think a playoff game was on that day.
Yeah, playoff game was on that day.
So take advantage. Yeah. Like, y'all see these numbers, y'all got to take advantage of the other stuff, man.
And it's like, I'm not trying to go off on a tangent here just because I'm passionate about the media and stuff, but I just want all of them to actually see that instead of just seeing money. Like, why did they get paid more than us? Like, no. Go fix us. Stop showing me clapping and hugging the chick. Show me crossing this chick up. Show me jacking up from three. What the fuck is y'all doing? Like, show me getting that chase down block. Don't show me just yelling and screaming. Yeah. Like, no. Fix my marketing. Let's get some better TV deals. Let's talk to these corporations.
They may need to talk to the NCAA. Like, the way they've been advertising their female athletes the past 2-3 years, like, it's been good. Like, and you're getting more coverage in collegiate sports than you are in the WNBA.
Because, bro, go look at a trailer for a WNBA game versus a college game. College game is Caitlin Clark pulling up, doing this, Angel Reese getting a block, Juju from USC shooting a crazy one-legged jumper. But go look at the WNBA. I'm just like, no, Lexi can shoot.
Yeah,
show her shooting. Like,
yeah, they gotta show the highlights. Like, yeah,
I know they can hug. I can give a hug too. Shit, come on.
I'm one of the best. Hey, Valentine's Day coming up. One of the best huggers out there, man. If y'all just need some type of love or affection, I got you.
I can't.
Single ladies, only single ladies.
I can't say nothing.
I hug for him.
Thank you.
You know,
I can give you a hug, but I can't give you a hug.
Love and is that Future? It's time to move on. It's time to move on. When I start saying Future, see, it's your fault.
It is. It's your fault. Oh, I didn't say like the beam. Like the beam. I ain't say.
Oh man, but yeah, we're gonna move on from that topic. Any closing thoughts on the topic?
No, let's just see good basketball.
Yeah,
that's just it.
See good basketball. I agree. So the next topic I want to discuss is pretty much the new 6-5 game rule that the NBA implemented this season. You familiar with the rule?
Yeah, the 65 game.
Yeah. So for those that's not familiar with the rule, so players must play a minimum of 65 games in order to be eligible for major in-season awards such as like the MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Most Improved Player, the All-NBA teams, as well as the All-Defensive teams. The 65 rule doesn't impact the Rookie of the Year, Sixth Man of the Year, and the All-Rookie teams. So it's certain criteria that players must make. They must meet one of the two criteria when you're talking about this rule. So, like I said before, so the player played in at least 65 regular season games, or the player played in at least 62 regular season games, suffered a season-ending injury, and played in at least 85% of the regular season games. So, and also with the games that they do play in, they must play a minimum of 20 minutes.
Got you.
In those games. So just looking at the rule, having a good understanding of the rule, you know, Embiid, we talked about it a little bit earlier, but Embiid and Halliburton both has missed 13 games so far this season, so they only allow 3 more games to miss before they're not eligible for any of these in-season awards. So, question for you, do you think this rule is fair?
I'm going to be honest. It's fair, but I would change the game amount. I would change it from 65 to about 50-55. Because that way you a little bit over half the season. But I have no problem with the rule, really, realistically. Like, if they don't change it and lessen it, I'm still cool with 65. Screw it.
Yeah.
I mean, besides injuries,
yeah,
like, you just sitting out because you just don't want to play today is kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
it's a fair rule. Me personally, I think it's a fair rule. I don't mind that number.
Mm-hmm.
Stayed 65. I know Chuck was like, it should be 70.
Like I said, it should be 70. Chuck on y'all neck.
No, for real.
But like I said earlier, show up and do your job.
Show it the work. That's all.
Show up and do your job. I think, you know, being a professional basketball player, yes, it is your job to show up and play basketball. As a fan, you know, fans pay their hard-earned money to come to these games and, you know, see their star players play. And it can be disappointing, it can be frustrating when these players don't play. And I'm not saying, you know, if it's an injury, of course, don't play.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're just doing like load management, you're just resting just because, I think that's weak.
Yeah.
You know, back in the days, we wasn't even really talking about load management until like recently.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Pop fault for real.
Yeah.
When you talk about load management, because when he said the big 3 out.
Yeah.
I think when they played, was it Miami that they had played?
I thought it was Orlando.
It was one of them. I think it was Orlando.
Oh, okay.
It might have been Orlando. But yeah, set all 3 of them out.
Mm-hmm.
No injury, no nothing.
Yeah.
It's just chill. I think somebody was telling the story. They was like they see Tim Duncan in the airport or something getting some food. Like, come on, man. But I think when it comes to the rule, though, I think it needs to be an exception, like a complete exception, because players do get hurt early. Yeah. So it's not their fault that they can't play the 20-minute minimum, be qualified for a game. But if they are on the injury report and it says like they have to be out for a certain amount of time, that shouldn't count towards the 65 game rule. So I think that should be the only exception to the rule when they have no choice but to sit out. But I think Melo made a good point. Just listen to him talk. And he got some good, just listen to him talk. He got some really good insight, and he kind of made me feel like a casual fan when he was talking about it, but I do get it. So, as basketball fans, we know if you're playing at a certain level of basketball, you know it can be physical. Yeah. Even at the high school level, like we probably would play like 2 games a week or something like that. But then we also have practice. If you're playing at 100%, you know, you're going hard at practices and stuff like that, you probably getting banged up. You probably getting a knee to the thigh here and there. You may get an elbow or something like that. Your body's gonna be sore. But then just thinking about professional sports, they have 82 games and the practices, whatever. We're not considering how much they're getting beat up. Yeah. We just our mentality is it might be a toxic mentality. It might be a bad mentality. But our mentality is if you step on the court, if you step on the field, if you step on the baseball field, whatever sport that you're playing, we expect 100%. Yeah, we do. You already made your decision to come out here. So I don't care how you feel. You made the decision to step on this court and play today. We as fans expect you to give 100%. And it kind of look funny to us when we see, you playing this game, but then you want to sit out the next game.
Yeah.
And then now you playing again. So what is it? Are you really hurt?
Yeah.
I think that's why we start questioning injuries, because it's like, okay, if it's a real injury, it's not really going to heal in a week.
Yeah.
Even if you want to sit out, you might, it'll calm down a little bit, but it's not fully healed.
Mm-hmm.
So when he gave that insight, it was like, nah, you're right. Because, even just imagine playing street ball all season.
Yeah.
Just imagine playing street ball all season. How much physical contact that happens on a blacktop. And then you talk about professional athletes. The shortest person on the court 6'2", and then you have a 7'4" person on the court, and then you drive to the hole, you get knocked down to the ground, like you get slapped, you get elbowed. Like we don't take that into consideration. So at the same time, even though I do agree with the rule, I had some type of sympathy for players like that just be like, listen, I'm sore.
Yeah.
Like maybe one game or two here and there, like give them some type of PTO or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Like let them have like at least 3 game minimum. Like you get 3 games this season to rest. Like just rest.
Yeah.
Like, cause I understand like how much you put your body through and everything like that. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. But my thing is just if they are injured, that should be the complete exception of it.
But along with that, I would say then that's how we know someone not lying. If it's like,
that's the thing too.
Like, let's say I do got a bruise on my leg, but it's not that bad. But I tell the trainer, oh man, this shit hurt. I don't think I can play tomorrow. But I really just don't really feel like playing Milwaukee.
Yeah.
Like,
I think
that can be tough.
Excuse me. Mm-hmm. I think that was mentioned before, on Inside NBA and other sports media, just how honest the players would be with this rule. So yeah, that can be an issue as well. But you just gotta trust.
Yeah.
These relationships are built on trust, so you just gotta believe that the players is telling the truth.
Yeah.
I feel like if they don't, that's just gonna hurt them in a sense, and just the morale of the team or whatever. But also is like just going back to fans just expecting players to play, and this is why I always, if somebody asks me, who the GOAT is, I always say MJ, right? But if you just say who's the best professional basketball player, and you put an emphasis on professional, like you might have to give Kobe that title, just because I feel like he's he took, when I say that's his job and
that's his job. That's his job.
He took that seriously. Like he's like, this is basketball. This is what I do. So I gotta show up. Like even if he was hurt, like you see that man limping. He played with a broken finger, shoulder messed up.
He still went to practice with a broken hand.
Like so you see stuff. You see Kobe do stuff like that and show up for fans. And he mentioned that before. He's like, you never know. Like fans pay that hard money. This might be the only time that they could see me play.
Like ever.
Yeah,
ever. Ever.
So you got Kobe doing stuff like that. And honestly, in like the 2000s, maybe some 2010s, like players, it wasn't really an issue with playing. Like it was normal to play majority of your games, at least like 70 of the games. Like
65 at the least.
Yeah, like 65 at the least. Like it was a normal thing to do. So, but now just having players that don't play because my contract ain't right.
It's not gonna be right if you don't play.
Like my contract ain't right, so it's like, bro, what are we doing now? Bro, show up and work.
No, my biggest thing was I hated when Dennis Schroeder called Kyrie, and Kyrie decided not to play the rest of that game and 2 other games because of that. I'm like, Kyrie, really, bro?
Yeah, man.
Really?
It was so stuff like that. Yeah, stuff like that irks me, bro.
No, but you made a good point. Like if I played 2 back-to-backs and they both went into overtime, and they both was in cities I had to travel to, and like that was Monday and Tuesday, and we got another game Thursday. Yeah, I'm not playing Thursday. Like,
it's a lot. Yeah. I get it now. It's like it's a lot.
Yeah, but
at the same time, and I think that's probably a last point for it. At the same time, you do have to take care of your body.
Yep.
You know, with being in the NBA, especially with the star players getting these big contracts, you should have access to like the best trainers. You should have access to like the best nutritionists. Like anybody that you think you need access to be healthy and play a long season, you should have access to that.
I agree.
And I think that's why people is hard on Zion just taking care of his body, bro. Like, you have a decision.
You do.
He's the one that's not taking care of his body. So when you see stuff like that, it's like he don't really care.
And you have the financial means to do it.
Yeah, like he don't really care.
Yeah.
So if he go below 65, it's like whatever. Yeah, that's his fault. But then you just somebody like Embiid or Halliburton, who is actually Embiid. I don't know. It's still questionable. Yeah. I don't want to seem like that person, but I know Halliburton like. He's actually hurt, so it's like.
And I think also too, what we're talking about is, I think that some players are thinking people want me to never get hurt, and I think that's how it can come off. But no, we're not saying never get hurt. We're saying take care of yourself. Yeah. For us as fans as well as for you, like AD, I'm tired of seeing your ass getting hurt. Like you slip, you fall, and they say, "Oh yeah." He good though. Like he just hit his elbow, but he's good. Why are you out for 3 weeks? Where are you? But you know what? I digress.
It never made sense to me, man. So with that in closing, just show up. Just show up. It's your job. We gotta show up to work, even when we don't want to either. So we just expect you to do your job. That's it. But lastly, we're gonna go and get into. Is reaching or teaching, and for this section, we're going to discuss Jason Kidd comments that he had on Luka in one of his press conference or some type of interview that he was doing. He said Luka is already. He said it twice too, so he really meant it. So he said Luka is better than Dirk already, and he's in the atmosphere of Michael Jordan, LeBron James, and Kobe Bryant. So that's one. We have to remember, Jason Kidd is on that 2011 squad with Dirk. So that's a strong statement, especially with Dirk being a great, Jason Kidd being a great, especially top 5 point guard. I put him in that conversation. That's a strong statement to say that a guy that's just been in the league 4 or 5 years is already better than a guy that you played won a championship with. Y'all both won y'all first championship with. Yep. So that's a strong statement. So, is he reaching or is he teaching?
I'm going to be honest. With the statement about Dirk, I think he's teaching. Right. But with the statement about being up there with those guys, he's reaching. And let me elaborate. He's reaching because Luka just hasn't done what those guys done yet. Like, accolade-wise. Is he talented? Absolutely. I think Luka is a very, very well-rounded player. Only thing he doesn't do is just play great defense. But I'm kind of gonna agree that he's better than Dirk from the standpoint of scoring, passing, shooting, and rebounding. He's a more complete player than Dirk, but Dirk is still a legend, and Luka's not a legend yet, which is perfectly fine. Yeah. But as a player, I would say Luka's better than Dirk. But for a career, no. That's just me.
And I think that's what people get confused about when we say like, because me personally, I just look at the individual, like what they bring to the game. Of course, you can't say this person, you can't rank this person higher than anybody. Like you can't pick Luka right now. Me personally in like the top 25.
No, I agree.
You know, but just looking at what he brings to the game, like you said, and I think this was probably majority of people's reaction to it. They said like, "No, you got it." They said, "Yeah, he right. Yeah, he right. he definitely better than Dirk." Like, I don't know. I haven't seen no comment that like, argue about that part. But they argue the last part that you said. Yeah. So when you talk about the Dirk part, I think he was teaching. And I said that, I said like at the end of his career, I think he's gonna be the best Mavericks player. Yeah. And then I say he might be the best, the baddest white boy in the game. No, for real, he is. It's gonna take a lot. It's gonna take a lot for him to be that though. Even though I do still think he brings more to the game than Larry. But Larry, that's a bad white boy right there. But to his last comment, I think he definitely was reaching. Once again, like when you talk about this atmosphere, a lot of people don't reach. A lot of people don't reach this atmosphere. A lot of people ain't never breathe this type of air that you talk about. No. Especially when you talk about this Michael Jordan. Like, he's up there. You talk about the Kobe's. You talk about the LeBrons, Kareems. You talk about the Magics. You can't say that. Yeah, you can't say that. You can't say that. Even though I feel like, nah, I ain't gonna say that. At the end of his career, he will be. He'd probably be top 20 player. Top 20, top 15. But to be in that air, once again, and we kind of had this conversation about Steph. He don't play on both sides of the ball. Yeah. So you can't put him in that air right there. I agree. But Luka, that's a bad boy. You can't take nothing from his game. Nothing from his game, but you can. But if he decides to wake up one day and be like, I'm going to focus on defense, then we can have another conversation. Yep. But honestly, I don't really have much to say about that.
Me neither.
I think everybody was on the same page when Kid mentioned that. Only Kid believes he's in the same atmosphere right now. Yes. Right now, no, you can't say that. Give him like 5 more years. Yeah. Even if he don't have the same amount of rings as these people, like give him some more years. Like he only 24. He younger than you. He's younger than you, bro. And I just feel, and I think that's I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing when you coaching with these kids, like you always around these kids. So they bring a certain type of energy out of you. They make you feel young. They keep you in tune with what's going on. They keep you young. They keep you young. So sometimes I forget I'm older than these. Yeah. I be forgetting. I said, how old is Tatum? Yeah. I be forgetting, bro.
I be forgetting too. I'm older than Tatum. I'm older than Brown. I'm older than Luka. I'm older than Trey. Bro. I'm older than Ja.
I be forgetting, bro.
And it's like, I'm not like 5 years. I'm like a year to 2. Yeah. But it's still like.
I am.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
So your boy can go on as long as not going 30.
He almost there. No, we ain't gonna talk about 30.
No, yeah, you're right.
That's the depressing moment. But yeah, so yeah, I be forgetting. So like Luka he got a lot of time, and when you think about, he's 24, so he about to be 25 this year.
Mm-hmm.
He's been a pro damn near a decade.
Yeah.
Come on now. So I think eventually he can reach that air, but I wouldn't give it to him right now. Luka's just special, man.
Yeah.
And I always say that. I always say that Luka is a special individual.
He is.
Special talent.
My brother's just like that.
Yeah, so
he's just like that. But I just can't wait to see what he does in like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the scary part.
That is the scary part.
But that's all I had for that reaching and teaching. Me personally,
Yeah, that's all I had too.
It was a split. It was,
and that's what everybody. Like I said, that was everybody. Everybody was like, "Yeah, he is Dirk," but when you talk about these people, nah. Now you tripping.
Because I know someone put a side by side of Mike's 5th year and Luka's 5th year, and Luka's having a better 5th year than Mike.
And yeah, I'd rather go by years, but I don't know why Gil, he likes to go by age. I get it in a sense, but at the same time, the training that you get in college is not the same you're gonna get in the NBA. So it's like, I should be better at this age because I took 4 years in college, but it's not realistic because you're playing better competition than me at a younger age. So even if I do come in the league at a older than you are, and you like your 2nd year or 3rd year in the NBA, that don't mean I should be better than you.
Yeah.
You've been in the league 2-3 years.
Yeah.
Bro, the training that you've been getting
is
way different from what I was getting in college. So that's why I never agree with Gil when he try to just compare the ages. Like, and that make no sense. And then of course, when you talk about Kobe, like his first year and a half, it was bullshit because the coach didn't want to play him like that.
Nope.
So, you had those type of situations too. And then I ain't going that way. But that's all I got for that. Any closing thoughts on any topics?
If you're gonna be a fan of basketball, be a fan of basketball. Don't care if it's high school, college, pro level, semi-pro, overseas. Continue to support our Filter Brothers.
Appreciate it.
Continue to make sure you're good. I'm always going to advocate for therapy. As well as go 49ers. I know this ain't basketball, but I'm tired. I don't want to see Taylor Swift no more.
I ain't going to cap. Yeah, me, same here. I was just talking to somebody at the store about that, some random people. You know how that be.
Yeah.
You know how that be. But yeah, I'm kind of on your side. Go 49ers.
Go 49ers.
I'm not hating either. I'm not hating. I'm just tired of seeing Taylor Swift. Honestly, but I would say just in closing, kind of piggyback on what you said, is take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Support everybody. Well, it's emphasis on everybody. Like support the people that deserves the support, not the people that's out here like bagging or just have a mean spirit about them, anything like that. Support the people that you should support, and you're gonna get that same love right back. Once again, once I come back next episode, we should be back-to-back champions. So y'all send positivity to us for this middle school championship game.
Please do.
And that's it. All-Star Weekend is here. It's technically, we always say All-Star Weekend is the second half, even though teams have played 50 games by now. But so next episode, we're going to come back and we're going to see how we feel about our original predictions that we had at the beginning of the season. We're going to see if our MVP choices is still the same. We're going to see if our defensive player of the year choices are still the same. So that should be a interesting topic, because I'm definitely changing. I'm definitely changing some of my stuff around after this first half of the season. So, but y'all continue to support us, follow us on Facebook as well as Instagram, Reaching on Teaching. Follow the Woke Podcast, Spotify, Apple, Unfiltered Brothers on Spotify, Apple. Subscribe to our YouTube channel. Coming back with some episodes soon. But with that, y'all stay blessed, y'all stay safe, and we out here.
Wait.
Oh.
Hold on. I just realized something. Caitlin Clark still to go. All right, now. Y'all be good.
Deuces.